Just yesterday, the Supreme Court rejected another attempt by abortion providers to block Texas's 6-week abortion ban, known as the heartbeat law, blocking access to the procedure after a fetal heartbeat can be detected. Thursday's challenge asked justices on the high panel to demand that the Fifth Circuit return the case to the district court. The Supreme Court's majority denied that ask, making no comments. That action comes a little over a month since the court heard oral arguments in a case that may overturn the Roe v. Wade decision completely. A decision marking its 49th anniversary tomorrow. Joining me now live is Wynette Sills, president of Californians for Life. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What does yesterday's decision say to you?
Yes, we are a point in America's history where states across our country, including Texas, are awakening to the humanity of the child in the womb and also the harmful pain that abortion has caused so many millions of women across our country since the Roe v. Wade decision decided 49 years ago. And so while things are turning in the direction of pro-science, pro-life, pro-woman, pro-child across our country, unfortunately, I am here in the state capital of California, where our state is going in the opposite direction. So what that means to me is that here in California, unfortunately, our governor has identified our state as an abortion, what he's calling a sanctuary, but it's actually will make our state the abortion capital of our country. And his proposal is to pay women who come here for an abortion, pay for all of their expenses, the airfare, travel expenses, hotel lodging, meals, even childcare, paying for all of those expenses for women to come here for abortions. Now,
Wynette, we have been reporting on some of the governor's ideas. When we last visited with you, you were leading people in a prayer vigil outside of Planned Parenthood offices in Sacramento on the day I mentioned when oral arguments were presented in Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health, the 15-week abortion ban issue. Tomorrow, as mentioned, as you mentioned and I did, the 49th anniversary of Roe. Do you think that there will be a 50th?
Well, it's certainly not looking in that direction. Even the abortion industry is acknowledging that the end of legalized abortion is happening across our nation. However, here in California, we will remain largely unchanged by any overturning of Roe v. Wade because our state government is promoting abortion, abortion, and more abortion. And so here in California, unfortunately, women will have their expenses paid to come here for their abortion, while many of our families, I'm sure you have healthcare needs that could utilize some state funding, but instead our government wants to keep promoting taxpayer funding abortion, including all of the expenses I mentioned earlier. And there are several other components to what will happen here in California as a result of what's the decisions that are being made at the Supreme Court level.
Back when we spoke in December, the latest Quinnipiac poll on this showed that 63% of Americans said they backed Roe. A poll released yesterday sponsored by the Knights of Columbus and conducted by Marist found 71% of respondents support abortion restrictions, with more than 44% wanting each state to control its own abortion restrictions instead of there being this kind of federal standard allowed by Roe v. Wade. The Knights of Columbus is a global Catholic fraternal organization, the Catholic Church being pro-life. What's your reaction to hearing those numbers?
Well, I think people of goodwill throughout the state of California are awakening to the atrocity of abortion, and the proposals that our governor is making, even forcing medical students to undertake training, forcing them to be trained in abortion when most young people want to save lives and help women. Our governor is forcing them to undergo training for abortion. And we know that the abortion industry is having a difficult time finding any doctors to provide such a gruesome, barbaric, inhumane procedure that they're having a difficult time. So what does our governor do? He aligns with the abortion industry to now provide not only the mandate I mentioned, but also bribes in the sense of scholarships for those pre-med students who want to pursue abortion
Lynette,
procedure.
we're about to run out of time, and I want to get in this last question. There's a lot of wrangling in Washington about social spending. The president's Build Back Better plan is stalled. Continuation of those expanded child tax credits to help the poorest children right along with it. Some would argue that it's disingenuous for our federal lawmakers to vote pro-life when it comes to the abortion issue and then become no votes on other matters that support those lives once they're here. What do you say to that?
Certainly, people of goodwill can work together to address the needs of poor families throughout our state and across our nation. But the bottom line remains that we don't solve any of those problems by killing our children. We don't solve poverty by killing poor children. And so I would ask members of both parties to come together to help women, help families, help children, so that ending the lives of our children through abortion becomes unthinkable.
Lynette, we're going to have to put a pin in it right there. Thank you so much for your insight this morning. Our coverage of this issue on the eve of the Roe v. Wade anniversary doesn't end here. In our next half hour, I'm live with Jody Hicks, President and CEO of Planned Parenthood Affiliates of California. And now, Adam,